Hello everyone, it's your boy Dalek Sex, the voice of sex on Twitter, should you be so inclined. I'm in the mood to do some streaming today, before I go to bed. But I've kind of got a bit bored of Mortal Shell after the first level. And I'm burnt out on trying to finish Superhot 3. And I don't think I can deal with any I don't think I can deal with any Fall Guys. So I'm just gonna have like half an hour or so practice on Pathologic. And just see how things go. See if you find it entertaining. See if you find the naked woman holding a cow skull entertaining. My character's name, by the way, is Artemi Budak, and he's like the son of the town soothsayer, but he went away to get a proper college education, but the war stopped him from becoming a proper doctor. He's a trained surgeon, but he never became a qualified doctor. I'm not quite sure how that works. This is like a weird fantasy amalgamation of Russia and the Balkans and Kazakhstan. Is Kazakhstan in the Balkans? I don't know. But yeah, it's an indeterminate East Europe / Russia setting. The capital of the country is only referred to as the capital. The town is never named that this game takes place in. There's characters in it who are plainly not human, and architecture, which is obviously Lovecraftian. And the loading times are like Bloodborne before the first patch. It's horrendous. Anyway, we'll just get into it, and I'm not gonna be saving any of the progress that I make here. So I'm just gonna wander around the town and see what I can find. Maybe you'll find entertaining, and maybe it'll help me get my thoughts in order, because this game is legendarily difficult. Dark Souls is gone for me. Dark Souls is dead. This is my new jam. Sorry. Need some sleep. Oh, I wish it would load. That is a face covering for a pandemic, by the way. I hope it's not crashed. I'm really sick of games crash. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I'm in the warehouse at the moment. And this is... where is he? This is my childhood friend, Griff. He calls himself Bad Grief. And he's a mob boss now. He is one of the 3 people in the game who will trust you without requiring proof. The other is Lana. The others are Lana and the town doctor. What's his name? Rudin? Rubin. But Rubin has decided that you've killed your dad, and who's his mentor, and that he is the rightful heir to being the doctor in the town and not you, because you ran away and abandoned everyone. Now, this is a butchery town, so all of the districts are named after the quarters of a cow, and it tells you on the map how people feel about you. Now, this is where Lana lives, and she has convinced her neighbours that you're not a bad guy. So in the flank, the backbone and the chine, No one cares about you. But further afield, in the gut, the marrow, the spleen, and the hindquarters, you are hated. People still think you're a criminal. So they're more like... drunkards are more likely to attack you on sight. These naked women that are everywhere, by the way, are called herb brides. They wear these dresses, and no one's allowed to touch them. They have to tear by themselves, and that's their official dress. This guy, Var. So you're a trained surgeon. Shame that your degree is no help to me. The war snatched away my chance to graduate. Even better. No, it's not better. I'm a nobody. That's why you and I have nothing to talk about yet. You may know how to wield a scalpel, but you don't know the lines. And in this town, no one would trust you to cut a body before you comprehend the world's design, so you can't help me. Who are you? I am Var. I have a business. An unusual one. Your father used to deliver certain goods to me. Yeah, he runs the black market on organs. I came to ask bad grief. Turns out he's too lily-livered, to cross this particular boundary. What kind of business? I buy blood and organs, body components. What for? You're no Menku, you wouldn't understand. In this town, because this town still has an Aboriginal steppe tradition, the dissection of bodies is religiously forbidden unless you are of the religious status Menku. And Artemis' father was Menku, but Artemis decided he wanted to be a proper doctor, and they don't trust him as a result. Show me where you live. I want to talk to you about the kin. The kin of the Aboriginal inhabitants of the steppe. Right. Finally we're back together. I've been waiting for you, Budak. Will you have me now? I recognize your face. Do you remember me, Colborne? I remember you. I remember your words. Will you have me now? Do you live in the town? Your hands are so heavy. Don't touch me yet, or the dress will tear and it's no good. The tears in the dress must appear on their own during the dance, just like the earth is torn apart when it releases herbs. I'm not touching you. So will you have me now? Well, will you be joined forever? Who are you? I'll wait for you to remember me. Try to remember who I am, Colborne. Segnerehe, or there'll be trouble. I will wait for you. So that's my waifu. Still don't know what her name is. Right. Let me there's fences all over the place in this game, and they're not marked on the map, which is a problem. So I'm gonna go see Var and talk to him about getting the ability to cut up bodies, because I know that on day 4 maybe this place is gonna get hit with a pandemic, a really bad one. And at that point, it's going to be really bad for me not to be able to autopsy anything without increasing my wanted status. And if anybody knows about it, then it's going to be Var. So I guess if we basically... Yeah, let me just get out of this place first. You have to run by these bags. Now you've got 4 gauges. Oh, come on. There we go. Health, immunity, exhaustion, hunger, and stamina. Sorry, 5 gauges. Health is your hit points. That's easy enough to understand. Your stamina is your stamina. But if you get thirsty, it will go down. And running makes you thirsty. Hunger is obvious. When that goes to the bottom, you will start to lose health. Exhaustion is how much you need sleep. You can sleep to get rid of that bar, but you'll only regain health if you take drugs before you sleep. And immunity is your immunity to disease, which isn't on which isn't a mechanic that's actually in play yet, because the plague, which is the reason that the game's called Pathologic, is actually called Pathologic. Anyway, that mechanic's not in play yet. Where are we now? Okay, so if we go through this gap in the wall and follow the railroad tracks up. Oh no, that's not the railroad tracks. Okay, we're in the gut. No, we don't need to go through this hole in the wall. We need to follow the wall along. Oh god, the loading times. They made this game on practically no money, so it's an absolute masterpiece, but they weren't able to afford some of the cleverer tricks that some developers can afford. Seems the Budak prophecy is true. Each Budak will spill a river of blood or drown the town in blood, maybe. The wording varies. So much death. I'm a Burak. Okay. She doesn't trust me enough to trade with me. Okay. I can see someone wearing a hat on the other side of that bridge. And the people wearing hats are usually ruffians and drunkards. Hello to whoever's in the chat, by the way. Make yourself known in the chat. Okay, we're in the station now. Let me just... The station's important because no trains have arrived for the last couple of days. And if that continues, then the town is going to start to starve. Okay, I'm going to have to probably just sprint past these guys. Ah, no, that's just somebody with dark hair. Everyone's losing their mind. Roman Plays says, hello mate, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I've had a bad week. It's been my birthday, and I've not dealt with it very well. And then I came down with this massive fever, and sleeping with a high body temperature gives you some fucking crazy nightmares. Just saw this on sale on PSN. Looks super interesting, but what? Everyone's losing their minds. They'll start looking for ghosts and boogeymen soon. Shabnaks don't exist. Okay, everyone's looking for... basically, two of the most important citizens of the town are dead. One of them is Simon Kane, who legend had it was immortal. And the other is my father, the elder Budak. Roman says, happy birthday, hope you get better. Thanks very much, man. Come and follow me on... at the Voice of Sex at Twitter, because I'm probably going to be covering this game a lot more once I actually get my head around it. From research I've done, it seems it has a lot of problems. It has some objective problems, like the loading times that I've already mentioned. For the most part, the rest of it is it's like Dark Souls. It's actually in there by design. It's not a game to play if you don't like managing resources and managing survival bars. Though, having said that, games like... shit like Fallout, for example. Fallout is a game which has lots of survival bars, but they're really easy to keep at bay, so they're basically meaningless to the game mechanic. They're just busy work. Whereas this game, you have to manage them all the time, but they are the game itself. Like, being tired isn't actually a disadvantage in this game, but you have to deal with it at some point, and every hour that you're not sleeping is an hour that you're not going to be spent treating the disease. So basically, in a game like Fallout, eventually you're going to get rich, and you will have a victory over your progress bars, over your survival bars, and You will have a victory, but it will be hollow because it will just reduce them to busy work. It will make them meaningless to your experience. Whereas in this game, you're dealing with them constantly on an even keel, but you'll never have relief from them eventually. So Fallout gives you a victory, but no success. But Pathologic bombards you with successes, but none of them are actual victories, if that makes sense to you. Anyway, so everyone's looking for this creature called the Shabnak, who is like a clay golem from the steppes. And of course it has female form, so people are just like murdering random women on the street. Oh, Roman's followed me. Thank you very much, Roman. Anything is possible. I've met people who look human on the other day. No, I agree with her. She still won't trust me enough to trade with me, though. Who's this guy? Crow. A Shabnak Hadig always steals the form of a woman, but that's an illusion broken the moment it starts to run. That's when you notice the legs made of bone or clay. It leaves no trace behind. When it runs, the illusion dissolves, like a smell carried away on the wind. It's a myth, it's not real. You must be an outsider, blah 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 blah. Clay and bones cultivate a beast. People don't kill other people, only a Shabnak would do that. They're still all in denial of the idea that a person has murdered another person. Roman says, seen reports of crashes and corrupted saves on Reddit. Is that the original PC version? Because this is actually a remake for consoles and Steam. I mean, I've been playing it about 3 days and I've had no issues with stability so far. Let's have a look. Okay, we need to... Yeah, if we follow the wall around, we'll... Oh, hang on. Dumpster diving. No, oh, yeah, there was something in there. Broken scissors and a bottle. That's going to be useful. Hello, who are you? Move along or I'll scream. I'm going. Yeah, you don't want to attract attention to yourself in this game. I'd like to trade with you for my conscience sake, but no one will trade with thieves or murderers. What does conscience have to do with it? Barter is a sacred tradition. You understand it's not about objects, don't you? Nothing's sacred about it, it's just old. You're weird. Your fate won't improve my life, only my own trust. When I trust someone I get lucky, so good things come my way. Fine, I'll clear my good name, then we can barter. Okay. That's the ferryman. Can I get across here? Doesn't look like it. No. No, I can't go in the river. It's heavily implied to be poisonous. What in day game are you on? I'm on day 1. I played through the first day, and then I had like 4 or 5 quest markers on the map, and they all disappeared as soon as it flipped to day 2. So what I'm planning to do is basically just chill with this. I've got a friend who just bought Dark Souls for the first time, and he's just kind of like dipping in and out of it when he feels like it, because he says it's obviously such a complicated game, such a Swiss watch of a game, that he wants to like really ease into it and understand how the world works. And that's kind of my attitude to this, except I have no sense of self-control whatsoever, so I'm playing it every single day. My point is that I want to talk to everyone. I want to explore the buildings. I really want to get into this before I start a proper a proper effort at a proper playthrough. Where's my map? Okay, so Vars play. I just have a quick drink. Vars place should be right in front of me. Save scumming isn't that much of a concern. It's more a case of when you fuck up, you'll probably want to reload just so that you can do that 10 minutes that little bit more efficiently. Okay, she's selling morphine in exchange for 6 trust. Children are excellent to trade with, because they want shit like marbles and chalk and sharp things, and they've got shit like dangerous drugs to trade because they don't know what they do. I fucked that up. I just gave her 6 trust worth of shit. Ugh. Oh well, doesn't matter. I still got some morphine. Morphine's very useful. Is this where I'm going? Yeah, this is Vars' place. The game doesn't have autosaves. The save points are strategically scattered around. Mr. Comic for days 3 to 5 can... Oh right, you're talking about save scumming to avoid possible crashes. Yeah. Well, if you look at the save screen, you see you can have plenty of saves here, and I've been saving like every 20 to 30 minutes, so I don't see that being a problem. I'd have to see the issue myself. Okay. Where's Var? I'm Isidore Burak's son. Okay. There's Burak. There's Var, rather. Did you come to talk about your father? Yes. Did you know him? I did, but that's not what someone as clueless as you should addle their brain about. You left this town as a boy. You never really knew it, and even those scraps are lost and forgotten now. Educate yourself. Breathe in the twire-soaked air. Get to know elders. Twire is a weed that grows around this town, and in the autumn you breathe in a lot of it in the air and people go a little bit crazy. So of course this is happening now. Hurry not, Burak. Achieve respect, then you'll have your answers. Var, is it? Yeah, only I'm not an old man. I'm a man who has no time for idle chatter and hates it when people clutter their room for no reason. Come back when you have meat. Meat. Oh right, organs. Well, I was kind of hoping that he would teach me how to become respected, but... Yep, that's put no quest markers at all on the map. Will that guy trade with me now? No. I need to increase... Oh, my hunger is maxed out. So I'm losing health now. I will have some toast. That staved off the hunger a bit, but it's left me... Oh, here's one of the tragedians. These guys run the theatre, and this whole game is presented in context as a theatre play. So sometimes you see the stagehands giving you directions. This guy gives you a bottle to carry water in. There's a number of different versions of them. One of them gives you a bit of food, one of them gives you a water bottle. He won't talk to me. Where should we go then? We could try the cathedral. I think, or the theatre. I haven't been to either in this playthrough yet. except in the except in plot sequences. So yeah, while we're in this district, we may as well give them a try. What's this building here? Some kind of rotunda. It looks interesting. It's locked, and I can't pick the lock. Oh shit! One of these arseholes! Well, that's half my health gone already. I've been beaten to a pulp. That's what combat in this game is like. You're meant to avoid it. You can easily win... Oh good, it's plunked me straight outside the cathedral. There's the polyhedron, by the way. If you've done any research on this game on YouTube, you'll know about the polyhedron. Have at it, says Roman in the chat. You can't have at it, it's pointless. If you've got a gun or a knife, then you will win pretty much instantly. But now you've just knifed someone up in public, and your standing in that area will go down. And that will mean more people will attack you, and so you'll have to defend yourself more, and it'll go down. It's like when you need to... Okay, no one's in here at the moment. Beautiful building, though. Look at that pendulum. Absolutely crazy. Masterpiece, this game. Absolute fucking masterpiece. I'll have to show you the abattoir before I stop this broadcast, because it really unnerves me. This is, yeah, the theatre's locked. I think it may open at night. Roman says, I'm getting We Happy Few mixed with vampire vibes. I haven't played Vampire. We Happy Few I've had a look at. We Happy Few is kind of endemic of the busy work, survival, bar vibes that make the game not fun, which this game actually gets right. Piece of chalk, empty bottle. All useful stuff. What was I saying? Where are we anyway? We're in the atrium. It is 5 to 5 in the evening. We're not going to get over to the other side of the map without some trouble, probably. So... I haven't been here yet. Nina's tomb. Nina Kaina the Wild has not found her resting place here. Even in death she remains passionate and restless. Home of Dalek Sex. Yes, Roman, my name's Dalek Sex. You see, there was a character in Doctor Who called Dalek Sex, so I am Dalek Sex. It is witty, shut up. Hello, who are you? No one I can talk to. What's in that bin? Broken scissors, that'll do. Dumpster diving in post-industrial Russia. Who would have known that this would end up being my favourite game in the universe? There's a ruffian. Hello, do I know you? A murderer walks the streets. Human or Shabnak, who knows? But our kids are outside too. Won't stay home no matter what we told them. Ground them. Everything's terrible. It started with that awful tower. There's nothing we can do. Kids do whatever they damn well please. Can't say anything to them. I mean that. The words stick in your throat. They've become strangers. What about common blood? What about paternal love? What does that have to do with the tower? Hard to explain. The tower crushes us. Try to speak a word against it, and if it's as if an invisible blade slices your vocal cords, it did something to the kids. Like they're crossing a river over thin ice, and you can't follow, only call after them. They'll return and the ice will become thicker. Okay, so the polyhedron is marked on the map as the Tower of Children. I'm kind of getting a bit of a Pied Piper vibe about it. Dream mistresses sleep here. Ominous. Curious. Don't know who you are, lady. At least you got some clothes on, though. I've just walked up to a big ominous sarcophagus and now it's loading content. I do hope that's not a bad thing. Okay, we're not going to get a Bleak Falls Barrow style boss fight at least. Can I jump down from here? That would be good. Nope, there's a rock in the way. No, well, I guess there's nothing up here. Let's get back to civilization, if I'm even going the right way. Yeah, there's a bridge just down here. Better regain some stamina. Ah, a playground. Playgrounds are good, because playgrounds have a chance of randomly spawning children, and children have a chance of precious medicine in their inventory that they will trade with you for marbles and chalk and random sparkly shit. They also really love sharp things, because there's a law in the game world that children are not allowed to handle sharp objects. So they will trade good things for them. Even just stupid fish hooks. He's given me some money. That's always welcome. Yeah, they'll just trade for stupid broken fish hooks. Just because they're sharp and they're not allowed to have them, they'll trade for them. Here's another one. Oh, that... Ooh. Is that the theatre? I think that's the theatre. Yeah, this is certainly the theatre. The game starts on day 12, and by that point the theatre's been commandeered as a field hospital. This is Mark Immortal. I think he's meant to be God. He's a prick. Basically, every time you die in the game, he brings you back, but he gives you a Dark Souls style permanent penalty. It starts off with your maximum hit points being reduced, and then later on you become so dead inside from dying over and over again that it starts blanking out dialogue options. And apparently if you die enough, he'll take your ability to speak to people or your hands, so you can't interact with anything. He'd make a good Doctor Who. I thought that the first time I saw him. I also think he reminds me of the Riddling Reaver from the Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone fighting fantasy books, which Dark Souls were quite heavily based on. Right. What play is it? It's about death, hot on its trail, so to speak. I've already tried to stage this study once, but it didn't work out. The acting was bad. No one understood what they were playing. How can you be a Cain, a Burak, or sinister Katrina if you don't walk their paths? No one grasped their character. This time it will be different. So basically he's talking to you now, the player, about how the game is essentially meant to be played. What do you mean? I want full authenticity. I will move the play outside into the streets. Actors play out real events while being in the middle of them. The audience doesn't know when they're in a play. The actors that they're being watched. Such is my method. Sorry, I need my bed. Intricate. The actor must understand how to work death. I'm not making this one for the audiences, but for the actors themselves. Their inner world is the stage, their worldview, hence the unusual methods, unusual and rough. It's the theatre of cruelty. Theatre of cruelty is his catchphrase. I do what the subject demands of me. I'll set your tasks gradually and uncover the method step by step, else you'll sabotage the progress. You're here for an audition after all, aren't you? I'm not an actor. From what I can tell, I'm one of the people your actors will play, a person directly involved in the events. Okay. Pardon me, just vaping. Right, what direction are we going in? We need to hang a right from here. What time is it? It's only 6 o'clock, and we can make the abattoir quite comfortably. Lovecraftian geometry there. When people talk about impossible Lovecraftian geometry, they often refer to it as non-Euclidean. But in actuality, all geometry is Euclidean, because Euclid didn't understand that the world was a sphere, and a straight line was therefore a curve. So it was all impossibly pointless. The only reason he brought Euclid into it was because he had a fundamental misunderstanding of maths. He didn't understand maths at all. Oh, go away! I wanted to trade with that little girl. Oh, I've gone back the way I came. Fuck off!
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Lovecraft was homeschooled, and his teacher described him as being too sickly for math. If that gives you a decent idea of how pathetic a human being he was. Where are we? Going back the way I came again. I want to go the other way. Sod off! Okay, let's grab some water. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's taking me down. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I've still got a little bit of health left. So if I can just get down. Stop fucking hitting me! Being joined in the chat by Jizixizar. Hello, Jizixizar. I see you jocking me, trying to play like you know me. I don't think so, man. I don't play those games. Mind games. Board games. Okay, you can piss off.
Come back.
Oh, there's another one now? Okay, where have I been? Oh, I've been taken to the top of that bloody structure, haven't I? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to reload back to Griff's place, and we'll be closer to the place that I actually want to show Roman before I call this stream and go to bed, because I've got to be up in like 7 hours to go to work. Ganked by rapscallions. You'll get your revenge, says Roman. No, I won't. This whole game's about futility. Go and watch H-Bomber Guy's video about the original Steam version from 2005. And if you want in-depth lore dives, Sulmatul, Sulmatul, is absolutely the best person on YouTube for breaking down the themes of the game, such as its presentation as a stage play, or heroism as doing the right thing in the face of futility. Roman says he's seen the H-Bomber Guy video. Yeah, I love him too. He liked one of my tweets today. Absolutely made my day, that did. Trying to avoid spoilers in case I buy it. Well, the H-Bomber Guy game will give you the basic story beats, but this is basically a complete remake. The pacing of the original version, you play the Bachelor first because he's an outsider to the village. You play the Haruspex next because he's from the village and he's of the kin biologically, but intellectually he wants to be out of here, and he wants to be being a real doctor. And the third playthrough is the Changeling, where you are completely of the kin, completely within the tradition. So the game gets more and more difficult, but you get deeper and deeper into its own internal lore and its own internal sense. Whereas this one, you can only play the Haruspex. There's a small DLC where you can play the Bachelor. It was given away free to anyone who bought the game early, but now you have to pay like $7 or so for it. Okay, I need to hang a right. But playing the Haruspex as the default character, it's... by playing a character who's got one foot in the past and one foot in the future, it gives you a lot of wiggle room to play the character how you want it to be played. You're not like railroaded into a role in the way that the Bachelor or the Changeling are. When somebody says to you, you cannot give this person medicine because you are not yet tuk tuk makom, you can either say, indeed Shalom Zay, may Mother Bodha bless your footsteps, or you can say, you people are all fucking insane idiots, let me give you medicine. So it kind of works better as a package, in my opinion anyway. Here comes a herb bride. Will she have her tits out? No, she's holding a skull. I brought my bones. Are you kissing that skull? I'm not kissing it, it's in my hands. I was embarrassed and hid my face. You haven't done anything wrong, why were you ashamed? I won't explain to you, the bones are mine, I didn't steal them. You should be more careful with your bones, Basagan. You're acting strange and people don't appreciate that. They're the strange ones. People don't normally toy around with bull skulls. Nice ass. Where were we going again? I got distracted by the bones and the arse. Distracted by bones and arse. That should be this game's subtitle. Why am I dumpster diving? I'm not going to keep this save. Okay, now here we go. This is the abattoir, or as it's called in game, the termitory, as in the people here work like termites. And Boss Voos, the guy that controls the meat industry, he was worried about the fact that the workers aren't happy. So he has had the whole place sealed, and like a third of the town are trapped inside now. And behind this is this big ass mound, underneath which are these sacred tunnels. And the whole subtext to this as a setting is that this big underground network is where they used to ritually sacrifice the animals to their folk beliefs. And because they've been doing this for so many hundreds of years, they got really big at slaughtering cattle. So when the modern world and people like Boss Vlad arrived, he hired them as slaughtermen and built this this abattoir on top of the past. And I understand from what I know of the story beats that this is all going to be very, very important in solving the game eventually. Oh, there's me waifu. Oh, hello, there's somebody up there. Well, they're not up there anymore. And another one of these pricks. Okay, you can get shivved. I have had enough of you. She was just trying to get out. Why not use the gate? The termitory got locked. Olgimski's orders. The workers were on strike. Why not use a lower window? The workers are on the edge. They're steppe people, not animals. They want to live, and it gets worse for them by the year. A strike seems uncharacteristic for them. People are like sunflower seeds to Big Vlad. He extracts their lifeblood like oil. They've had enough. They've had it with working both day and night so often. So he locked them in to keep it contained, to protect the town. Incidentally, the guy that I killed, I can go back to him and autopsy him. I can drain his blood in bottles. I can cut him open to remove his organs. Going from stomach to head, the chance of success is higher or lower, but your scalpel, your surgical equipment, will take the same wear and tear regardless. So, but the better I presume the mechanic here is, the better the organs you can produce, the more VAR will pay you for it. I like her suit, her outfit. It's got like a very goth slip on there, and like the worst beanie you've ever seen. Anyway, so that's me buggering about with Pathologic 2 on the PlayStation 4. It's the best game ever. It's janky as fuck, but my god, if you're into really deep lore stuff and punishing difficulty and a world that's just like an absolute Swiss watch of lore, then for Christ's sake don't sleep on this game. I'm Dalek Sex, at the Voice of Sex on Twitter. Should you feel so inclined as to come follow me, you're welcome, Roman, and I will see you all another time. Good night, everybody.